Hi everyone, my name is Lyra, and I am a trans woman. I decided to start my own vlog to put just one more face out there for everyone to see and hear that is being trans and talking about trans. I don't want anyone to feel like they're alone out there. Now, I know that not being alone isn't always enough, and I promise that when the time is right, I will be talking about the scarier topics of self-preservation in a world that can be hostile. But the honest truth is that I haven't had to worry about that very much and don't have much experience with it. What I do have experience with is the crippling self-doubt and internalized transphobia that made it take 24 years of living in dysphoria before I finally was able to start my transition into living as female. So, in due time, we'll talk about all sorts of things. Politics, advocacy, the meaning of gender, school policy, dating, and anything else that seems important for people who need to know about being trans. But today, since it's the first episode, I wanted to start by talking a bit about me and the progress I've made in my transition so far. I just got my name legally changed, hence the title of this vlog, LegallyLyra. I've had 2 rounds of laser treatment for my face so far, and I will probably be starting hormones in the fall. I'm really excited and a little bit scared of that. We'll talk more about it when it's a little closer to happening. As for lasers, laser hair removal, I think I'm going to make a separate video to talk about those because they're kind of a big topic. Right now, I just want to show you some of the amazing results. So I'm going to switch back to show you what I looked like in the morning after having gotten 2 laser treatments without shaving. And from there, we can talk about my favorite makeup, which will help you cover and draw the eye away from any shadow you may have, lasers or no. Hi everyone. This is me, pre-shave, pre-makeup, pretty much everything. This is sort of going to be a putting yourself together tutorial. As you can probably tell without much difficulty, there is a huge difference between how I looked at the beginning of this video and how I look now. So let's see about how we can get from this to that. Since this may be of the most use to other people who are just starting to transition to living as female or who think they might want to, I'm going to talk to you about a problem you may be having. Hair. I was born with this rowdy, riotous sprue of curly hair, which has actually turned out to serve me pretty well. If you're concerned with looking more feminine, it's important to realize that as long as you have enough hair to give some volume and shape around your head, you don't necessarily need a wig. What you need is good hair care products. I use a Cure, which you can get at Whole Foods. Not only is it incredibly high quality, but it isn't gendered, so you can get it discreetly if you're still going stealth. If you've been living as male for a while, it may be difficult of a switch to make, but trust me on this. Shampoo and condition every single day. If you have hair that you want to work for you, you have to work for it. If you don't have hair like that, or haven't grown it out to that point yet, then there is no shame at all in wearing a wig. I wore a wig for the first month and a half of my transition, and it was actually pretty fun. In fact, when I finally stopped wearing a wig and started rocking my own curls, people thought I had cut my hair. So it is possible to have an authentic looking hairdo with the right wig. Take the time to find one that really works for you at the nearest wig shop you have. Wig or no wig, you'll need to shower so your hair can be a little bit more under control. Let's jump to me post-shower. My hair is very different now. It will slowly puff out over the rest of the day, but there will be a perfect moment when it is just the right shape and volume for a couple of hours midday. Anywho, now that I've showered, the next step is a good shave. Whether you're getting lasers or not, you also want a high-quality razor. You can see that my own face is fairly light, even without shaving, because of the lasers, but it's far from completely clean. Here, see? You can clearly see that I still have some stubble. So, as close a shave as possible is important. Now, obviously, use your common sense about resources and expenses. You don't need to spend $200 on an electric razor that has a glow-in-the-dark sideburn trimmer or some kind of shaving cream blaster nozzle on it. Get something that makes sense for you and start with a really close shave. Let's skip to after that. All right, my face is shaved, and as you can see, I've got my earrings in. These can make a huge difference in how the shape of your face is perceived. If you can get some dangly earrings, I highly recommend it. And now that that's taken care of, we're ready for makeup. The best stuff I've ever found is Bare Minerals makeup. Most of it is vegan, and it's incredibly easy to use. Now, of course, everyone has their own taste, and if you try this stuff and don't like it, that is just fine. There's lots of other great makeups out there. But since it's my favorite and what I currently use, I wanted to show you step by step how it goes on. Now you start with some primer, which I've already rubbed in since it doesn't really change the look that much, just sort of helps get the right texture for the makeup to go on smooth. Now, if you're not self-conscious about your face shadow, the stubble and everything, you can skip some of the next steps. But if you are self-conscious or you really want to get the full made-up look, then this is where you get out your foundation. Have one of the salespeople at the store help you find the right foundation for your skin tone. So I've got the foundation here and the foundation brush. So what you want to do is you just take your brush and you put it in. You just dab it in there a little bit, and then you use long, smooth strokes to put it onto your face, like this. So now I've got the foundation on using the foundation brush, and as you can see, it gives most of my face a nice, smooth, even color. But as you can also see, there are a few areas I wasn't able to get. That's why you have your concealer brush. And so you just use that in your foundation. Just do a little brush, tap off the excess, and then you put it in the hard-to-reach places, like under the eye. And just gently brush it in. And as you can see, this one's already looking better than that one. And you just use that to finish up with all the areas that you couldn't quite reach with the big foundation brush. So the next step, once you get the base layer of foundation on, is if you have tan skin like I do, you get bronzer. If you have a bit fairer skin, you might want to go with blush. Again, talk to the salesperson at the makeup store. They'll help you figure out which is best for you. So like I said, I have some bronzer, like this. And you get a soft focus brush for your face. You circle it in, use a little circle motion, like this. Tap off the extra, make a big smile, and then you're going to do a circle onto the big part of your cheek that pops out like this. And then once you get that on there, you just sort of brush it back a little bit. Yeah, so the light in my room is not very good, but I think even with it you can see that I've got a bit more pop on this side now. It looks a little silly. It almost looks like I got hit or bruised or something. Don't worry about that. There's a magic step at the end of all this that's going to fix it all and blend it all together perfectly. We'll get to that in a second. So you do that on the one side, you just do that on the other side, and then we're ready for the next step.